Hey guys, today I'm super excited to talk about The Last of Us episode 4 with spoilers because there is a whole lot going on in this episode. And not only do we get introduced to the new character, Kathleen, we do get to see a glimpse of a fan favorite character and even, you know the ties to another fan favorite character that's going to be coming next episode. So if you have not yet watched The Last of Us episode 4 on HBO or HBO Max, stop. I don't want to spoil this for you, but do come back later and let's talk about it because I have a lot to say about this episode. Now, honestly, this is probably my least favorite episode of the season so far. I've ranked all the others at a 5 out of 5. This one probably sits at a 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, I still really enjoyed this episode. I just felt like a lot of it is setting up for what is to come, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's also a really quick episode. It's like 46 minutes long, and maybe I just wanted a little bit more. I mean, I've been looking forward to these episodes, and to have a short one like this is kind of like, I want to spend as long as I can with Joel and Ellie. Now, speaking of Joel and Ellie, they kind of get into some trouble in this episode. You know, they're driving along, doing their thing. They get to a blocked tunnel, which honestly, I thought maybe they'd go through because we do get to see that a lot in the video game. But it makes sense that they didn't do that because they had this truck full of supplies. They're still trying to get somewhere. Joel kind of explains Tommy. He explains how he and Tommy met Tess, how they then met Marlene, how Tommy became a Firefly. Last he heard, Tommy's not a Firefly anymore. He's worried he's out there alone and he's got to go find him. So he's heading to a radio tower. But here's the thing. They get ambushed while they're driving in the truck. So they're driving along. They see somebody who's all like, help me. And, Ellie like kind of wants to stop. And Joel's like, no, it's a trap. And then they get chased down by these people. While they were driving, they passed an abandoned quarantine zone. So they know shiz is up here. They know things are going down. This is in Kansas City. We do learn that. And this is where we get to meet Kathleen. So Joel and Ellie are kind of going up against this gang. There's one kid who's like a teenager. I mean, he's probably like 16, maybe even younger. Him and Joel kind of get into it. Ellie climbs through a hole in a wall, which again is very video game-ish, and I love it, to hide, but she ends up having to come out. She takes her gun and she shoots the kid because the kid was totally like strangling Joel. Well, now Joel knows that she has a gun. He's not too thrilled about it, so he takes it away from her. And then the kid gives up his knife. He's like, hey, you can come like see my mom. We'll help you out. Don't worry about it. We're friends now. Joel obviously doesn't trust him, tells Ellie to go back behind the wall, and we assume kills him. We hear it. Turns out he's not actually dead. He's dying, but he's not dead. The gang brings him back to Kathleen, who we find out again is his mother. Interrupts Kathleen interrogating this guy who's a doctor, but she's all like, I need to hunt down Henry. Fans of the video games are going to be super excited because Henry and Sam are like a big deal fan favorites. They're really amazing. Now, she mentions Henry and their story. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see how it all plays out in the series. I've got so many things to say, but I know some of you haven't played the game, so I don't want to ruin it. But we hear the name Henry. Now, Kathleen, like I said, she's not a character in the video games, but it makes sense. Like, I see her, who she could be here, right? It makes sense here. There's other people she could pull from, and I get it. Now, like I said, she's interrogating the doctor. She's like, basically says Henry's the reason her brother is dead, so she needs revenge. Now she finds out that her kid is killed or dying. She says, can we save him, even if I have a doctor? No. So she gets ticked off. She goes and she just kills the doctor, because this bee is crazy. She's insane, which is very, very clear from her introduction. And she's phenomenal, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal in this series. I really, really like her. I like her attitude, and like, I get it. Even if she's against Joel and Ellie, I love Joel and Ellie. I get it. Now she thinks Henry hired these mercenaries to kill her son. That's what she kind of thinks. So now Joel and Ellie are like very much towards the top of her hit list. We see her trying to hunt down Henry. She finds this room that's covered in superhero drawings, and she also sees that they don't have a lot of food, so she says, listen, this is where they're hiding out. There's not a lot of food left. Henry is not going to let Sam starve, so, like, we've got this. We'll find them, right? We know we will find them. Meanwhile, we see Joel and Ellie enter a building through a garage. They go way up high to like the 33rd floor. They're looking out all over everything to just kind of get the lay of the land. They decide to go sleep. They go to sleep. Of course, one of my favorite things about this entire episode is we get the introduction of Ellie's pun book. You guys, this is a major deal. Those have played the game know, especially the DLC. Like, there's so much stuff with this. This pun book is amazing. This is Ellie. This is who she is. So we already earlier had her kind of talking about that, talking about puns, bringing them up to Joel, who was like not having it. She gives him one last one before they go to sleep here, and the two laugh themselves to sleep, which is adorable and fun until she wakes up. You hear her yelling for Joel, who wakes up, and then he sees her at gunpoint. And there's a little boy with a superhero mask painted on his face. Very clearly, they are hinting that this is Sam. Fans of the video game know that, yes, this is Sam. And that is how the episode ends. So, we get Kathleen, who's crazy. We know stuff's going to be going down with her. It's a little bit of a mystery surrounding her, because we don't know exactly who she's portraying, exactly how she's going to work into the story, although it can be assumed. And then we do get Sam, which means that Henry is right behind him coming along. Very exciting for fans. Also, those who know what's coming know we are in for a ride. So that is kind of how I felt about this episode. It seemed like it moved really quickly, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I love all these episodes. So like, even to say 4.5 out of 5, I'm being super nitpicky. It's just kind of the length of it all. And I felt like we didn't move enough forward in the story. At the same time, I feel like we're breezing through the game super quickly to already be on episode 4, and we're getting Henry and Sam. So that is what I thought. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You guys can follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.